Hi guys, and welcome back to this channel. In today's journey, we'll talk about a topic that will completely transform your life. I'm talking about building habits. I've always been someone who's very good at building habits. Discipline has always been one of my strengths, and over the years, I've mastered the art of sticking to routines. However, even though I was consistent, there were still some areas I overlooked, like how I would constantly wake up feeling stiff and sluggish. That all started to change when I began incorporating new elements into my routine. One of the most impactful, the Wim Hof method, which I've been practicing more intensively since last month when I joined the Wim Hof Fundamentals course. If you are curious about my journey, you can check out my first video. I'll leave the link in the description below. The Wim Hof method didn't teach me discipline. That's something I already had. Instead, I transformed my approach to physical recovery and resilience, making me realize that even small tweaks in my habits could lead to massive results. How these small changes can create incredible transformation in your life. Speaking on transformations, let's talk about something that really opened my eyes. Did you know that studies show 95% of our daily actions are driven by habits? What we do every day is on autopilot. This is where we often get stuck. When we want to make changes in our lives, we often think big. I'm going to run a marathon or I'm going to meditate for an hour every day. We set these huge goals and feel disappointed when we can't stick to them. I've been there too. Even with my discipline, I was guilty of this go big or go home mindset. It wasn't until I started focusing on smaller, manageable habits that I began to see real progress. Here's the magic formula. Instead of chasing massive changes, focus on just small shifts you can repeat daily. It's not about how impressive the habit is, it's about consistency. And to understand why this works so well, we need to dive into the fascinating science behind habit formation. The psychology behind habits is actually quite remarkable. It all comes down to something called the habit loop, which consists of four key parts. The cue, this is the trigger that signals your brain, it's time to do the habit. For me, it's my mat lying next to my bed. The craving. Every habit starts with a desire. For me, it's the amazing feeling I get once I'm done. The response, this is the action you take. For me, it's starting with one simple stretch, nothing too crazy, just, showing up. And the final one is the reward. This is the payoff for your brain, reinforcing the habit. My reward is that instant when my muscle feel looser and more weight. When I first started stretching, I couldn't even touch my toes. Seriously, I was stiff as a board. But the beauty of the habit loop is that it doesn't matter where you start. What matters is showing up day after day and building momentum. Each morning, I would roll out my mat, take a deep breath, and stretch just a little further. After a few weeks, I could finally touch my toes, and that small victory felt monumental. And that feeling of achievement, that's your brain's reward system at work. Let's talk now about something fascinating that happens in your brain when you achieve even the smallest win. Every time you complete a habit and acknowledge that achievement, your brain releases dopamine. I call it the motivational molecule. This isn't just feel good fluff, it's hardcore neuroscience. When you celebrate small victories, you are literally rewriting your brain to crave the habit more. During my stretching journey, I discovered something game changing. Instead of waiting until I could touch my toes to feel accomplished, I started celebrating every extra centimeter. Each time I held a stretch for just 5 seconds longer, I would give myself a mental high five. This micro celebration creates what I call a dopamine loop. The more you celebrate, the more your brain associates the habit with pleasure, and the easier it becomes to maintain. And this brings us to another powerful concept, the compound effect of the small wins. Here is where it gets really exciting. Improving just 1% each day makes you 37 times better over a year, not 360% better. I'm talking about 37 times better. This is the power of compound growth. And just like my stretching practice, where focusing on tiny improvements led to massive flexibility gains, this approach combined with celebrating each small win creates sustainable progress without burnout or frustration. But to make this work consistently, you need the right environment. Let me show you exactly what I mean. Here is what my morning space looks like now. My breathing guide ready, my mat roll out the night before, and my water bottle filled and waiting. Everything is set up to make it brain dead, simple to start my routine. Your environment can either support you or hinder your progress. Once you've got your environment dialed in, there is one more crucial element that ties everything together: tracking your progress. First, tracking. I keep a simple habit tracker in my journal where I mark each day I complete my habit. But here's the key: I don't just mark it as done or not done. I add a quick note about how it felt or what I noticed. For my morning stretching, it might be felt an extra tight today or reached 2 centimeters further. These little observations become powerful motivation tool. Then I will look at trends. At the end of each day, I review my tracker and look for patterns. Maybe I notice I stretch better on days when I go to bed earlier, or perhaps certain stretches are improving faster than others. This isn't about judgment, it's about gathering intelligence about yourself. But here's where most people go wrong with tracking it. They turn it into another chore. The key is to make it fun and meaningful. I love use different colored pens, adding little doodles, or giving myself gold stars for milestone days. Yes, actual gold stars. Remember that dopamine we talked about? This kind of playful tracking system triggers it perfectly. I also take progress photos or measurement when relevant. For my flexibility journey, I take a photo every 2 weeks. These visual records are incredible motivation boosters, especially on days when you feel like you're not making progress. Looking back at where you started can be mind blowing. One more pro tip: share your tracking with someone. Whether it's a friend, an accountability partner, or your social media community, sharing your progress makes it more real and adds another layer of commitment. I actually share my weekly progress updates with my community, and the support is incredible. So, here is your challenge, and I want you to drop in the comments below. What's one tiny habit you are going to start tomorrow, and how you will celebrate your daily wins? Remember that we learned. Make it so simple, very simple. Attach it to something you already do. Set up your environment for success and celebrate everyday tiny victory. Remember to track those wins consistently and review and adjust it regularly. Today, we've just finished our journey into the habit creation. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, activate the notification bell, and follow me on LinkedIn and Twitter for more tips on personal growth, habits, and living with purpose. Thanks for your attention, guys. We will see you together on this channel next week. Bye.